Good afternoon, boys and girls. So, today we're going to talk about your smile. Do you love your smile? So, before we get started talking about your smile, does anybody know how many teeth you actually have? Well, we're going to count the teeth here on the board, and we're going to go from left to right, and then we're going to drop down and we're going to count from right to left. So, let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's drop to the bottom and count from the right to the left. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, boys and girls, so you have 20 teeth all together. So now let's talk about how many times do you brush a day? You're supposed to brush your teeth 2 times a day. Once in the morning when you wake up, and another time before you go to bed at night. So you're going to brush your teeth in the morning and at night. So let's practice brushing our teeth. But before we practice brushing our teeth, I want to talk a little bit about the type of toothbrush you should use. Now, for everyone in the class today, the type of toothbrush you want to use, first of all, you want to have a toothbrush with soft nylon bristles, which are gentler on your gums. And make sure that the head of your toothbrush is small so that you can reach all of your teeth easily. Because if your toothbrush head is too big, you're not going to be able to get all of your teeth in the back. Now, as far as your toothbrush, does anybody know how often you are supposed to replace your toothbrush? And you're correct, 3 months. The bristles will wear out over time, losing their flexibility and effectiveness, so it's a good idea to replace your toothbrush every 3 months, or soon as the bristle starts to spray out and lose their shape. And when I say spray out, the only thing that I'm talking about is your bristles are going to seem like they're fanning out on the head of the toothbrush. So it's very important that, boys and girls, you are changing your toothbrush every 3 months. Now, another reason that you would change your toothbrush is, let's say you have a bad cold. Well, you want to change your toothbrush because of the germs that are living on your toothbrush. You don't want to infect your mouth again with the dirty germs or the sick germs that you had once before. So you can also change your toothbrush after a severe cold. So now we're going to practice on brushing our teeth. The first thing that you're going to do is you want to brush the surface of your tooth that is closer to your tongue. And we call this the inside of the tooth. So once you've brushed the inside of the tooth, then you want to make sure you brush the outside of the tooth. And the outside of the tooth is closer to the cheek. So we want to make sure we brush that very well. Now after we brush the outside of the teeth, we want to make sure that we're brushing the biting surface of the teeth. And this is where you chew your foods or where you see all the grooves in your tooth. Now, after you finish brushing the biting surface, the last thing that you want to make sure you do is to brush your tongue. It is very important to brush your tongue because this is where all of your bacteria lives on your tongue that makes your breath stink. So it's very important to make sure that you get those germs off of your tongue to make sure you have a clean and fresh breath. So after you finish brushing your teeth, you want to make sure that you floss. And I know a lot of kids don't like to floss because they forget to floss. So now let's talk about how you will floss. What you want to do is take you maybe 5 to 6 inches of floss and you want to wrap them around your 2 middle fingers. Once you have them around your 2 middle fingers, the next step that you want to do is you want to grab it between your thumb and your forefinger. Once you have this step down, The next thing you want to do is seesaw the floss in between your teeth. Once you have the floss seesaw between your teeth, you want to actually make a C motion around the gum of the tooth, around the gum and the tooth. Once you do this, you want to do it on both sides. You want to seesaw the floss back out. Don't ever pop your floss out, because if you have fillings, you will run the risk of popping that filling out. So it's very important that when you floss each tooth or between each tooth, you seesaw in and seesaw out. Now we want to talk about rinsing. When you rinse your mouth, you want to make sure that you're rinsing all the bacteria that you just flossed in between your teeth out of your mouth. So you can either get a cup of Listerine or a cup of warm salt water, whichever one you prefer. So once you have your rinse, you want to take it, put it in your mouth, and you want to gargle or swish with it for the next 60 seconds. And you're doing this just to make sure you get rid of all the bacteria in your mouth. So guess what, boys and girls? You've done it. You've brushed your teeth, you've flossed, and you've rinsed. So don't forget to make sure that you're brushing your teeth, flossing your teeth, and rinsing twice a day. Once in the morning and once at night. Everyone have a great day, and make sure you're brush, 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 brush.